Hey guys, it is Friday. Time for another episode of Trucker Money. We are doing it mobile style this week. I'm out here peddling some freight, and just thought I'd take a minute here and do the Friday thing for a minute. If you're new here, we just every Friday we talk about money, personal finance, investing, side income, passive income, investing, all kinds of things like that. We make pretty decent money as truck drivers. We want to make sure we do something good with it for our future and don't just squander it all. Not financial advice, just me sharing my personal journey. So let's get into it. This is number 55 for the week of June 27th to July 1st. Happy 4th, everybody, coming up here. Make sure you take some time out, spend it with your family, do something you enjoy. And in regards to that, I think it's an opportune time to talk about just what this is all about. So I started doing this about 2 years ago, and I know I got some comments. Some people decided, hey, I'm gonna start doing some things like this too. And then I see recently here, oh, it must be nice to have all income or whatever from other sources, and I didn't take that as a rip. But I'm like, well, it's good. By no means can I support myself on it. It's a long-term thing, but it got me to thinking that, I bet a lot of people wish they had started something like that a few years ago. Hindsight's 20/20. Things are tough in trucking right now, and I bet everybody would say, hey, I bet it would be nice right now to have another source of income, even if it was, a few bucks a month. And all I can say is, the best time to start would be a long time ago. The second best time to start would be right now. So don't be afraid to start right now, even if you don't have a lot of money. Try to develop something, a revenue source other than trucking. There's all kinds of online activities. People make money on YouTube. I make a little bit of money on YouTube, not a lot. All kinds of things. But start now, because I think it's more and more apparent all the time that we needed to diversify our income sources, because at any given time, one of them can go bad. So think about that. If you haven't started yet, you might think, hey, I'm too old. By the time I get anything, I'll only make $20 a month. Well, hey, $20 a month is better than not $20 a month. And in 6 months, it might be $50 a month, and then $100 a month. And before you know it, you're making enough to pay your property taxes every year. Then you're making enough to pay your utilities every year, and so on and so forth. And it really starts to add up. So I encourage everybody to start trying to get there. Everybody can do something. Everybody has unique skills, and skills are valuable. So that being said, let's talk about the week of June 27th through July 1st, I guess it is. Happy 4th, everybody. Make sure you take some time out, spend it with your family, enjoy yourself, get out of the truck, set that aside for a while, and regroup and come at her again next week. But not a lot went on this week. I made one new purchase. I bought a little bit more 3M stock because that's on sale. Something I want to have a huge position in. We did get a raise, though. We got a raise. General Mills raised their dividend 5.88%, nearly 6%. General Mills is killing it. So that's a pretty good dividend increase for doing nothing other than just being a loyal shareholder. That's a long-term hold for me. That's one of my core positions right now, General Mills. So happy about that. And the only company that paid me was LTC Properties, Long-Term Care Facilities, a REIT, Real Estate Income Trust. And then one ETF paid me, FZILX. It's a Fidelity International Index Fund, paid out also. So fairly uneventful, but had some rent come in from some rental real estate, and then made a little bit of money on YouTube, and a little bit of commission from MUDFLAP. So incidentally, check out the links in the description below for some links on some good products. But keeping it short this week. I'm out working and trying to get home, take the rest of the weekend off with the family, but just wanted to talk about what I would call half-wit measures, or cathartic measures. Kind of what cathartic means, it's not the dictionary definition, but cathartic is when somebody does something that it makes you feel better, but it didn't really make a difference. So what do I mean by that? I'll give you a good example right here. A lot of talk right now about the politicians saying, hey, we're going to cut the federal gas tax for 3 months. Get down the cost of gas for people. I think that some lesser thinking people, maybe, it made them feel, hey, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. That's going to bring the cost of gas down, save me money. Well, if you do the math on that, Google says the average person uses about 560 gallons of gas a year. I bumped that up just a little bit. We could even double it, and you'll see what the number is. But okay, so divide that by 12 months, times it by 3, so you get the amount for 3 months, times 18 cents. It came out to roughly $25 per person. Hell, you could double that, and $50 per person over the course of 3 months. That's what I would call a cathartic measure. I mean, it sounds like a great idea. It makes people feel real good. Not going to make a bit of difference. Not a bit of difference. So make sure you're not falling for things like this, even in your own personal life and in your own, investing in finance. We do things all the time to make us feel better, but you just stop and ask yourself, does it really make a difference? Am I making a difference if I do this one thing, or does it just make me feel better? And hey, sometimes making yourself feel better is worth it because it can relieve stress, pressure, anxiety. You have to put a price on that. There's what a family member told me one time, that money can't buy happiness, but it can make a lot of problems go away. So I tend to agree with that. And sometimes just making problems go away is worth money. So another thing would be, let's see here. Oh, gas cards. So they're talking about possibly sending out, depending on who you listen to, $100, $200, $300, $400 gas cards to the American people to help offset the extreme gas prices or whatever. So what you're saying by saying that is, I am going to fix inflation with more inflation, because giving out free money is the epitome of inflation. Inflation isn't technically the rise in prices. The technical definition of inflation is an increase in the money supply. So you're creating free money and giving it away, putting it in circulation into the money supply. That's by all means inflation. So we're going to cure inflation by making more inflation. Don't fall for that one either. That's another cathartic measure as far as I'm concerned. And that's my own personal definition. I think if you look it up in the dictionary, it actually says cathartic means it makes you feel better. It's an emotional release when you I think one of the terms they use is like by taking a poop or something. So we're not using the technical definition, but at any rate, think that through anytime you're doing something. How much difference does it really make? And even sometimes if it doesn't make a huge difference, it's still valid. So anyway, I'm going to get on out of here and see if I can't get unloaded here a little faster, go home, spend the holiday with the family, and we'll regroup next week. Might go do some trucking again next week. I overbooked myself, overextended, and I'm going to have to go do some work, which is okay, because sometimes it's good to get out here and get in the truck and go do some work. So everybody take care. We'll see y'all later.